Most people spend more time worrying about their problems than actually solving them. And here is the devastating truth. Most of what you have ever worried about never happened. Worry is the most expensive habit a human being can develop, not because of what it costs your wallet, but because of what it costs your mind, your body, your sleep, and your peace. There is an ancient teaching that asks a simple question: has worry ever added a single day to your life? Has it ever solved a single problem? Has it ever changed a single outcome that was truly beyond your control? The answer, after thousands of years of human observation, is always the same: no, it has not. And yet, we do it anyway. Every day, sometimes all day, we carry the weight of problems that do not yet exist in a future that has not yet arrived, while the present moment, the only one we can actually do something with, slips away unnoticed. Today I want to talk about worry, what it really is, where it comes from, and most importantly, how the wisest people who ever lived learned to put it down. Worry is not preparation. It is not planning. It is not problem solving. It is the imagination being used against you, running scenarios of disaster that almost never arrive. Think about everything you have worried about in the last year. The conversations that would go wrong, the things that would fall apart, the worst-case scenarios that kept you awake at 3 in the morning. How many of them actually happened? Most people, when they answer honestly, say the same thing. Almost none of them. Researchers who studied worry found something remarkable. On average, 85% of the things people worry about never happen. And of the 15% that do, 79% of people discovered they could handle it better than they expected, which means that worry, in the vast majority of cases, is pure suffering in advance. Pain you choose to feel today for a problem that will either never arrive or that you will be able to handle when it does. There is a story about a student who came to a wise teacher deeply distressed. "I am consumed by worry," he said. "I cannot sleep. I cannot think. My mind will not stop." The teacher asked him, "Tell me, is the thing you are worried about happening right now?" The student said, "No, but it might happen." The teacher nodded slowly. "Then you are suffering twice. Once now, in your imagination, and once later, if it ever arrives. And if it never arrives, you will have suffered for nothing at all." Then he said, "So, what do I do with the fear?" The teacher said, "Ask it one question. Is there something I can do about this right now, today? If yes, do it and stop worrying. If no, put it down. It does not belong to today." That is the only honest answer to worry that has ever existed. Do what you can. Release what you cannot. Worry does not empty tomorrow of its problems. It empties today of its strength. And a person who arrives at their challenges already exhausted, already defeated in their own mind, is a person who has paid twice for something they may never even owe. I want to talk about what worry actually costs. It costs your health. The connection between chronic worry and physical illness is one of the most documented findings. The body does not distinguish between a real threat and an imagined one. It responds to both the same way, living in a permanent state of emergency. It costs your relationships. The person consumed by worry is not fully present for the people they love. They are there physically, but mentally, they are somewhere else, in a future that does not exist yet, managing problems that have not arrived, while the people who need them, right now, today, wait. It costs your clarity. Worry is noise, and a mind full of noise cannot think clearly, decide wisely, or act effectively. The greatest decisions will not be made in anxiety. They will be made in a state of calm, Winston Churchill, who led through one of the darkest periods, understood this. He was once asked how he managed the extraordinary pressure of wartime leadership without being consumed by it. He said, "I try to do my best, and then I try to sleep." Not because he did not care, but because he understood that beyond your best effort, worry changes nothing. A rested mind serves the mission better. There is an old story about a man who was crossing a bridge late at night when he encountered a figure blocking his path. "Who are you?" asked the man. "I am your worry," said the figure. "I have been with you for 30 years. The man asked, "And in 30 years, how many of the things you warned me about actually happened?" The figure said, "Very few." "And did worrying make them easier to bear?" "No." "Then," said the man, "you have been a very expensive companion. You have taken 30 years of my peace and given me almost nothing." That figure is with most of us right now. It has been for years. It whispers about the future constantly, about what might go wrong, what might be lost, and it has almost never been right. The question is not whether worry will visit you. It will. The question is whether you will invite it to stay. The wisest people in history were not people who had no problems. They had more problems than most of us can imagine. Wars, losses, betrayals, failures. What made them different was what they did with their attention. They divided the world into two categories: things within their control and things outside their control. And they made a decision, a daily, deliberate decision, to spend their energy exclusively on the first category and to release the second completely. This is not passive. It is the most rigorous form of mental discipline. Training the mind to let go of what it cannot control is the work of a lifetime. But the people who do that work walk with a quality of peace that nothing can fully disturb. They have stopped fighting battles that were never theirs to fight. Ask yourself right now, what am I worrying about that I cannot change? What am I carrying that does not belong to today? Put it down, not forever, just for today. Today is the only place where your life is actually happening. The antidote to worry is not positive thinking. It is something far more practical. It is presence. The fully present person cannot worry because worry lives in the future and presence lives in now. Every time you bring your full attention to what is directly in front of you, worry has no room. There is a blessing, one of the oldest in human tradition, said every single morning upon waking. It simply acknowledges one thing: I am here. I am alive. This day has been given to me. That is the entire practice. Beginning the day not in the future, but in gratitude for what already is. Try it tomorrow morning. Before you check your phone, just notice, I am here. I am alive. This moment is enough. And then, from that place of enough, go meet your day. Worry will come back. It always does. That is not a failure. It is being human. But now you know what to do with it. Do what you can. Release what you cannot. And return again and again to the only moment that is actually yours. This one. If this reached you, share it with someone who needs to put something down today. Someone who has been carrying tomorrow's weight in today's hands. I am Salomon. I will see you in the next one.